5, 4, 3.
Well, good afternoon, and I don't want to speak too much because I know that at the moment some of you are typing in already. It's always nice to start with one of the big five and then to go to another big one. And it's of course the second day of the Ranger race. More specifically, this afternoon it's the team. And looking forward to having a fun afternoon with you out here. As you know, or if you haven't joined us for this before, basically how this works is we look at lots of mammals and you have to help us ID them, and I believe we should have about 3 already. I'm just sitting here by Voitella. They don't actually have guests this afternoon, so I was actually thinking of just spending maybe the rest of the afternoon here. But I don't want to leave Patrick alone in the vehicle, of course, because we're going to have a good fun afternoon together. The two boys against the 2 girls from yesterday. But it is quite tempting. I'm wondering if we shouldn't just sit here. See, I mean, we don't need that many. 17 mammals. I'm sure if we look around enough, we might spot them from here. But we're going to go drive around. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thanks for joining us yesterday afternoon. It was a fantastic, busy, crazy afternoon. Graham was saying over 600 emails during the course of the afternoon. Lots of excitement, lots of activity going on. And this afternoon, we invite you to do the same. Join us for the race. Join us in IDing lots of mammals. I believe you've done probably 3 already. And join us for a lot of fun and energy. And let's go look around. I'm going to get back down there. I was actually just going to sit here for maybe 10 minutes. But then I thought, you know what? I don't want you to get bored. So let's go look around. I think there's actually some more just over there. As soon as we move, we'll be able to see more of them. If it was a bit hotter, we could have sat in the plunge pools at one of the rooms. But then we really would have just stayed for the rest of the afternoon. Guys, thanks for joining us, and let's go have some fun.
Have they managed to ID these other 2 yet?
Coming in. Unless we do have
Okay guys, welcome on the vehicle, and yeah, we've got a few emails in already. We've got hippopotamus from Laura, we've got Cape Buffalo from Patricia, and human from Gabby.
Well, thank you very much. So again, the first one was Patricia and Gabby, and the first ID had one?
First ID was hippopotamus.
Oh, there we have some.
Have a look at those ones as well. This specific species might cause a little bit of contention if the race ends sort of head-to-head in numbers. There was, of course, a bit of a Freudian slip yesterday on the drive, all the excitement. Also, Herman is in final control this afternoon. He'll be directing a whole lot of activity and traffic and telling us what you're telling us and sending through to us and so on. I believe there were a few people planning to boycott the boys in IDing.
We just got an email in from Gail. She's saying we're looking at a blue canoe.
I like that. Patrick and myself did have a good laugh yesterday.
Sylvia's also saying blue wildebeest.
Yeah, boy, yes. Blue wildebeest, blue canoe. Just out of interest, the other species that you could confuse it, that you get 2 kinds of wildebeest. And the other one is a black wildebeest. A little bit smaller, you get them more in the Western Cape areas, and black wildebeest actually have got white tails. And their horns, instead of going around like this, like the blue wildebeest, their horns go forward and upwards like that. To show you another look at those buffalo that, I think it was it Patricia that ID'd the Cape Buffalo for us first. There's always a few water buffalo IDs coming through as well on drive. Boys and girls, thank you very much, guys and women, men and ladies, gentlemen and ladies, I guess. But everyone joining us this afternoon, thanks for taking part of this. And it's quite a hot day, hence quite a bit of lazy activity around the waterholes. Yeah, I'm going to check various waterholes. I also particularly want to try and find a leopard this afternoon. Patrick hasn't seen one since he's been here, and he can't come to Juma, he can't come to Sabi Sands and Wild Earth and not have seen one of those. So I'm hoping we might find Karula and the boys if we're lucky.
That would be an absolute treat.
That would be a bonus.
Oh, yes.
Bonus points, even if it's just amongst the two of us.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'll take the straight point from that. Let's go look around. What's that? 14 to go. 13 for a draw. Patrick, can you imagine? I mean, can you believe that the girls actually wanted to plan for us to have to wear stage makeup and apply it ourselves if we lost? And we were so nice to not actually put the spare tire changing thing out there properly. Girls, eh? Gloves were off and the nails were out.
Yeah, they even brought the boxing gloves on the guard yesterday.
But it was also nice to be in the vehicle with you. It's unfortunately we didn't get more opportunity or more chance to do so.
Now I'm also quite excited about the opportunity. For me, it's also a great opportunity to be out here with you.
Perfect, man. It's going to be a Joel.
Yep.
And there's a long shot. One thing I did admire yesterday, there were some brilliant IDs. I remember in our previous Ranger races as well, we had a couple of really, really good IDs. This is quite a difficult one because they're not only far away, but they're also standing in the shade. Coincidentally, oh, actually there's two species there. Two different animals there, and it's not the males and females of the one species that look very different, but there's also, it's difficult, I can't even make it out to the naked eye. I think you've got, yeah, that's one of the species, and there's also another one.
Oh yes.
But yesterday there were some brilliant IDs. I mean, the one that I thought was fantastic was there was a very good one with the bush babies, and they were just jumping. You could just see the eyes. Ah, sorry, Arman, I am on 4. It was just a bit soft. Let's try again. Arman?
Well done, come in.
Yeah, I'm on channel 4. Sorry, Arman, the volume was down. Let's try.
Okay, we got both species.
Cool, we've got Waterbuck from Pieter.
Alright, you're still on channel 2.
Okay, I'm on channel 4 now.
Alright, now we've got all the channels going. Yes, Arman, Patricia with Waterbuck.
A-firm.
And there's also another species. I'm sure we've got another email coming in shortly. Actually, the majority of those, I didn't actually see the Waterbuck that Patricia ID'd for us first. Arman, if you want to talk over me, that's fine. I don't mind. We'll all talk. There's going to be lots of talking.
Just have email in from Dawn. She's saying we would love to see you guys in drag. Would be a hoot.
I'm sure it would be a woot. A woot hoot. I don't think that the drag was part of the plan.
Anne is saying Yala.
Thank you, Anne. Nail on the head. Well, I don't know how many minutes we've been going. Apart from my messing, and I was going to say, there's a saying for that, but I'm not going to say that, but messing around on the deck there. How long have we been going now, Herman? 4 or 5 minutes? It's about, what, an animal a minute at the moment?
So 9 minutes?
Okay, and an animal every 2 minutes. But yeah, so but yesterday there was some...
Sylvie's saying Impala.
Sylvie, we're going to find those hopefully still soon. It's a bit of a difficult one to ID that because of the distance, and they're all standing in the shade, but Nyala and Waterbuck, 2 antelope in front of the rooms there.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Keep going. Unfortunately, I don't know about you, Patrick, I can't sing worth of anything. So it seems that Jess can sing for us even if she's not on the vehicle.
She's always the great singer amongst us. Yeah, I leave that all up to her normally.
I want to see if I can score some bonus points. Let's say if we could get 17 emails. See, this is what I said yesterday. I'm not the rule maker. I'm the rule manipulator, hopefully. And this is just, I'm putting it out there. The rule makers can decide afterwards if need be. If we can get 17 emails that ID the activity that I'm going to do now, maybe it's worth a bonus point.
5.
Come on, we just need 17.
Yeah.
Woo! We love it!
Mike is saying bad juggling. Isha's saying picking up rocks.
Picking up rocks. That was old.
Before what actually happened. And Sylvia also said tracking.
Tracking. I guess all of those things could be true. Bad juggling. Except picking up rocks. I think I have to say that was just elephant dung. Just for the sake of the elephant, unless the elephant passed rocks. Tracking, yes, I could certainly tell you that elephant dung was about 3 days old. I think that's a nice tree, eh?
You've got 5 emails in so far commenting on that.
Alright, let's see if we can get 17 emails for it. I've looked at this tree many times, Patrick, and I can imagine one of the things that must go through your mind when you look at it is imagine seeing a leopard in that.
Oh, that would be just awesome.
I've imagined it many times. Over time, I've been lucky enough to have seen various leopards in there, and it is just, you know, it's almost as good just looking at the tree. This is a estimated maybe 500 or 600 year old jackalberry, and I think all of us can imagine that over 500 or 600 years, you can only imagine how many leopards have used those branches as a place to rest in. It would have been a sizable tree for the last 500 of those 500 something years. Let's head up to Buffelshoek Dam. We are on already.
Here we are. What are these things?
Hey, what are those? In fact, we'll look at some again later on when there's a more difficult. Sorry, Patrick, I'm moving your shot there.
No
When there's a more nice visual of these, we'll have a look at them again. But I'm certain, again, as I said, those keen eyes can ID these quite easily from what we can see now. Let's also see if we can maybe get an Afrikaans name ID.
We've got more than 17 emails in on what you just did earlier. And Destiny is saying Ranger Race Pooper Scooper.
Like it? What is that? There's something interesting lying there on the ground. That. It's an old piece of buffalo horn. I've carried it out there. I haven't seen it there before, so something must have decided to drag it out. Yeah, on that last antelope, I'm sure we're going to start getting the answers in shortly, but if someone could send us the Afrikaans name just for a hoot, and even the... let's have a look here, and even a Shangaan name perhaps.
This email service isn't working fast enough. I suddenly have a lot of impalas. And the first impala was Mike.
Nice one, Mike. Is that Mike Moss or Mike and the kids? I presume Mike Moss. No, he was playing along quite enthusiastically yesterday.
Mike Williamson.
Mike Williamson. Thank you, Mike. I didn't actually check, but it looked like it. The intro at the moment for the last slap show or two, that's from Mike Williamson, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks again, Mike, as always, helping us with lots of your expertise as well, and also not more importantly, as importantly, having fun with us as well. Nice to have you in the vehicle. Impala, Emma, let us know if anyone...
You also said we were looking at Mala just now.
There we go.
Yeah,
Who was that? Valerie.
Hey, son.
Valerie getting the Shangaan name, Mala, M-A-L-A, and let's see if there's the Afrikaans name coming in as well, just for interest's sake.
And Mr. Michael Moss is saying Rooibok.
Here we go. Mike Moss, a rooibok. Directly translated just means a red antelope. Afrikaans name for impala.
Does that count as extra points for us?
I'm always willing to push anything for extra points, sir. I mean, I've already put it out there, said, you know, the rule makers must decide if we can get a bonus point. I believe we had 17 or more emails about the juggling exercise back there. But then again, the way it's going now, we might actually have... We've got two targets as often. The one is to beat the girls, which is not that far away now. I'm hoping we might do that before time even. And then the second one is to maybe set a new record. If we could get 21, that would be good. Nice fresh rider tracks here from this morning earlier. Just about a drink and then headed north. I spy with my little eye. Something that begins with the letter after L. It's a massive elephant. Look in the tree. That on that very quick in case they try to make an escape from us.
No, we definitely.
They're having a look at us as well. Keep in mind we have to be...
saying you guys can get the bonus point.
Who's saying, Armand?
This point.
Who's saying we can get the bonus point? Jennifer. Thanks, Jennifer. I think we can even add that onto the list of emails for the bonus point. Let's get closer to these guys.
Is it too late for me to contain the Blues Olivia query from yesterday?
I love creating query. I can't pronounce that word. Queries. Creating queries is one of the things.
Absolute furor here at FCC, mate.
It's what these guys jumping out the tree. A couple of them coming down. This is actually the big troop. And
Angelique is saying vivid monkey.
well done, Angelique. I was going to say, just keep in mind species specific. Not that we get other monkey species in this area, but vervet monkeys, that looks like the big male. And it's also the bigger troop. These are the guys that earlier today were hanging around, hopefully, in camp when Labamba arrived with a food order. But for once, we were shrewder than them. It's not always the case, but...
Eden from the UK is saying Nkawu, November Kilo Alpha Whiskey uniform. For Vivid Monkey Shangane.
Fantastic, thank you. Eden, I'm just saying, sending us the Shangar name, Nkau. And like many Shangar names, it refers to some of the sounds they make. Monkeys when they're doing alarm calls, which would have been great if they were busy shouting alarm calls up there, then we'd have something else to look for. One of our other missions, secondary or... to be honest with you, driving in the Sabi Sands, my primary mission is always to find leopard, I guess. If I have to be very honest. But we're going to look for those. But anyway, when monkeys make alarm calls, they go like that. Nkaw, nkaw, nkaw. And they don't like being in the open. You can see them crossing that open quite quickly to get to the bushes again. There's the big male on the way there. Let's go a bit forward. Monkeys are small enough.
Small one's still coming.
Yeah.
Nah.
Let's get a bit closer to them, see if they... Monkeys are small enough that they are a little bit vulnerable to eagles. So therefore they don't like being out in the open where they could be vulnerable. Well, let's watch these guys a little bit. Hello, monkeys.
Sorry guys, I misinterpreted that email from Jennifer. I didn't read the whole email. She was saying let the boys have the bonus point. They are going to need it. laughing out loud.
Yeah, there are certainly many benefits to being a girl. The one is that you can spend lots of time with boys. Certainly is one of our benefits that we can do the same with girls, but it also is that it seems that popular sort of sentiment and support tends to lean towards girls more often. In a good way, of course. Hey, monkeys! Yeah, that one just sitting like the way I was hoping to sit on the deck this afternoon. Totally chilled. Rustig, as we'd say in Afrikaans. Chilled. Relaxed. Looking around. He's also partly playing sentry up there as well, having a good look around before they move on. I think we'll move on for now. I was hoping they're going to do a jump down from there. Not from there, but lower down.
Sully is saying we should take some points away from you guys for not washing your hands, Peter, after juggling.
At least my conscience is clear. Clean, I mean. Alright, that is, with dirty hands and all, ten to go. Which one?
Cheap.
I think the elephants are pretty clean themselves.
The what?
I think elephants are pretty clean themselves.
Yeah, it's all good, eh? It's compost. Right, that was a dam. Jess, can you sing that song, Life is a Highway? I love that song.
Guys, we've got some animals on some of the other channels.
Oh.
Cameras rather. Just give me a thumbs up if you want to cut.
Have a look at those. We had fantastic view yesterday, and many times with lots of playing around, but let's first hear what they are. It's not every day you get to count an endangered species as one of your mammal lists. You know what, while you... I love that song. Thanks, Jess. I almost give you girls a bonus point. Almost. Being the operative word there for that song.
Dawn is saying African wild dogs.
Hey, African wild dogs. Thank you, Dawn. Let's see if we can get the Shanghai name from...
Back with you on the vehicle.
Thanks, Adam. I spotted something that's quite nice, and I'll tell you why I'm going to get it. It's busy falling off. It's sort of a last of winter leaf. Look at the size of that. If I was Tom Hanks and my beard was much longer, I could talk to it and have a conversation and a friendship going with it, but luckily we don't need to. So I thought I'll just grab this because it struck me how big it is and how nice it is. And also it would be nice to have some kind of consolation prize for the girls to give them later on tonight so that they don't feel too bad about, well, let's say coming second. It sounds a bit better than losing. Consolation leaf.
Long as it's organic, Peter.
It's not a fig leaf, but hey, it's a large fruited bush willow leaf. It has a certain ring to it. It's quite a nice leaf, man.
Mike is also saying about those dogs we saw earlier, calling them African painted hunting dogs.
Yeah, it's one of my other favorite names for them. Mike saying African painted hunting dogs. I like that as well. Let's see if we can get the Shanghai name. And the scientific name the other day I couldn't actually pronounce it properly, but it's Lycion pictus. If I excuse my Latin, it's not that good. I haven't used it since I spoke to Caesar the other day. Lycoan or Lycion pictus.
We got a couple
We've
people
got
on
an
the
email
side
in from
there.
Caroline Mook.
More of those we had earlier.
She's saying it's Mike Alpha Hotel Lima Oscar Lima Whiskey Alpha.
Huh? Say that again? What? Maslova. You know what? It's probably quite possible that that is the Shanghai name for it. Even though I've never used that one because we use the, I presume more the Fana Galore or the sort of the mixed match name for it, which is Madach. That's the radio name we use for it. Maslova.
Michael Moss just said Madach as well.
Thanks, Mike. Michael Moss getting Madach. I'll ask Rexon about Maslova. And of course, with the Wild Dogs, we went under the number 10 for what we need to win. Puts us on 8, means we need 9.
We're on 9 at the moment.
Are we on 9 already? Jeez, I can't even keep up. Just in case you maybe just joined us, maybe this is your first drive with us. I'm not normally this sort of cocky, arrogant. It's part of the act. No, not really. It's just that I'm a little bit competitive, and I like sort of playing these games a bit tongue-in-cheek and having a bit of fun with words and teasing. So that's the logic behind it. If you've joined us before, then I don't think I need to explain it. But just maybe this is your first drive, and you're a bit like wondering, what is going on here? We're on live safari, and this guy's being like that. Well, I can't see them, but Patrick, if you have a look right at the other end, at the inlet, can you see that muddy bank to the left of the dead tree? You see there's like a dark section there. That would have been from those big ears that we're going to be looking for. Looks like they had a mud bath here not so long ago.
That area.
Yeah, my screen is difficult. I hardly see what's going on here, but yeah, at the back end there. So they've been here, and we're going to hopefully find them. It would be nice to have one of my favorite animals as a number 10 species.
Gentlemen, you are worthy administration.
See, Jess is playing the nice angle. He's like, oh, we're going to lose, so I'm going to be nice. Thanks, Jess. Jess saying we're worthy adversaries.
Mind you, the girls clocked 10 in 40 minutes yesterday.
They're at 10 in 40 minutes. How long have you been going, Herman?
First half an hour.
Almost half an hour. So if we can get one more species in the next 9 minutes, we'd have...
There we are, on the ground.
Hey, look at that! Roll forward again. But I think we've got a good enough view there for a ID. Mike Moss has always had a variety of interesting IDs for these ones. Interesting to see what he's going to say about that one.
Well, that was number 10.
Yeah, well, if we get the right ID, and if we don't have a Freudian slip, like saying wildebeest. Sorry, no, something like that. Yeah, would have been nice to have seen that activity. Just looking at that mud again. Some very playful mud bathing going on there earlier. The only reason there's a little bit of a delay between seeing that and telling you what we saw with you is that our email can only download once every minute. That's the quickest setting it can go to, so it does sometimes take a minute for the email to reach us. That's why Herman will sit there and suddenly Well done, Calvin. First one on that. Tree squirrel. Fluffy-tailed tree rat. That makes 10. Herman, you can do the time workout for us there. About 30 minutes or so. And also there's a few seconds. It varies between about 15 and 30 depending on how the networks work. And it's still amazing that it works like that for what we physically see to reach you where you're sitting. Just for the physical time for the data to travel everything through all of this to the mast, to the control room, and out from there towards where you're sitting in the world. So that combined with the email is why there's a bit of a delay. Calvin, thanks. Tree squirrel. Look, no hands!
Just got an email in from Pam.
Have a look at these birds.
And saying the girls should make Pieter wear the leaf on camera. The boys come in second. I've really enjoyed all the great fun the last days. It's been awesome.
Sorry, you got him?
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No, it's fine.
Two minds, yeah. Yellow-billed hornbill, yeah. I know we're not doing birds, but nonetheless, old Zazu, one of our favorite animals. Herman, just explain again. They want us to wear the leaf.
Oops.
No, I know it's a big leaf, but
Come second.
I'm not going to go into size comparisons of leaves here. But let me show you a worm. Hey man, there you go. Walk around in the leaf rather.
Keep it tidy, boys. Keep it tidy.
Look
Oh,
at
there
that
really is a worm.
There is a worm. Look at it. Looks like a stick. There it is. Hey man. Looking where to go next. Let's go find a little branch. This specific worm, you can see from the way it looks that its camouflage will rely on being on dead sticks. In fact, I'm going to put it on a dead stick and then we'll show it to you again, and then you'll really appreciate how well camouflaged these little things are.
Mike Williamson just commenting about the squirrel he saw earlier. He said it was a ground squirrel turning into a tree squirrel.
Yeah. It seems both Mikes have got a similar perception on joking around about squirrels. See, as I touched it there, as I was moving the branch, it stopped.
Oops.
Amazing how it blends in, eh? As soon as there's movement, in other words, the perception of danger, it stops. And there's no way you'd spot that. And then it goes on again. Little caterpillar. Again, one of the other signs of summer that's arriving. Increase in temperature terms around us. But let's put that up again, please. Thank you. The warthog tail at the back. Our broadcast antenna. On the termite mound. Just a shape or a outline on the left hand side in the shade, and it might disappear. There's normally a bunch of these. I saw one or two more, but they were running around again. The fact that on a termite mound these ones live and operate in groups. That's actually quite nice.
Before we go on to this, there's just a email in from Tony, and he's suggesting nudity and a dam for the losers.
Yeah, I'm sure this conversation can go a whole lot of different ways. I was looking at all that mud that...
We've got towels and swimming costumes.
No, Tom, I'm going to swim through Buffelshoek Dams when there's 1,000 people on the vehicle. That's been a long-standing deal that I've been open to. Alrighty, let's move on. We might see some of these guys again. Don't want to go closer to them now. It's a little bit of a ways from the road. That one playing sentry role as well, like the monkey earlier. Dwarf mongoose. takes us on to a prime number. I always like being on a prime number. 11 at the moment, soon 17. I know we're just getting the first names through, just slightly different style there from Herman's side, but thank you so much for all the emails. I can fully picture Herman sitting there waiting for the first email, and then suddenly just like boom, the whole page changes. Yesterday I didn't actually count what was the most that arrived within a minute. Yeah, but yesterday there were at one stage over 30 that arrived in the space of a minute. So it's a lot of names coming through, and it's fantastic to have all the playing along. People are interesting things. Let's talk about human nature a little bit. Maybe send a few thoughts in on it as well. But a race is something that, as we can clearly see, is fun. And that's why we're all playing along. And the first race we had, I went on it the first drive, or the first of the first races, and I expected to enjoy it. But as I said then as well, and as I'll be honest again now, I didn't expect it to be like crazy fun. I just thought, something different to do, and it changes the vibe a bit, and that's good. Any change is good. And it was just so much fun because of that competitiveness, and I, the more sort of just open or honest moment. I'm quite competitive. I used to compete in sports and various sports, and I like competing. I'm not necessarily mind losing or winning, but there is a competitiveness in all of us, I think, and that really came forward, which is obviously the point of the race. But also then as it evolves, there's a lot of fun. I know that a lot of these emails come with, laugh out loud with them, and jokes, and tongue-in-cheek jokes, and as we've all been throwing our chirps around. But what's interesting is that how it evolves as well, how the game evolves. With this last one obviously putting gender against gender, which is in most races actually unfair. In this specific one maybe not so much. But because the physical aspect is taken out of it, we don't have to lift weights or change tires, for instance. We just have to drive the vehicle and look around and get audience participation. So I'm rambling on. The point I'm getting to is one of the interesting changes for me was people becoming more picking sides in a good way. No offense taken. I would, like I said, if I had to, I still support the girls. I'd love the girls to win, even though it's an impossibility almost. But anyway, you know what I mean. The other thing is more and more things coming through, not so much for the winner must get this, but the losers must do this. And there's something in us as humans, and this is what I'm talking about now, and send us a few thoughts on that. There's something in us as humans that like to have the losers do something as well. In other words, because of a certain outcome of something, we all want someone to do something. And again, it's all good humor. There's no bad vibes in any of this, but it's just interesting how we work. It's like when the leopard is stalking the impala, we're all cheering for the leopard. It's in our nature. Let's have a quick chat with Neil. Say hello to them. They also saw the goals yesterday. Hey, sorry Patrick. Come on camera. Humans! Hello! Hi! How's it going? Yeah, no, it's we took. Whoa, nice compliment. The girls, you mean? They did alright. Guys, I'll relay those compliments just now. I think maybe when the girls can get a bonus point after saying that. And it was a much better looking crew than this. But they got 16 species of mammals. Yeah. We're only on 11 now. No, I'm just kidding. We were just joking about that. What's the time now? 10 past. We've been going 40 minutes. I had 10 yesterday after 40 minutes. So we're in the lead. Yeah. But it's quite fun because I don't know how much they explained yesterday, but we can't ID them. So if we drive up and I say wildebeest, as that's a bit of a joke at the moment, then you lose that point. If you see another wildebeest later again, you can re-ID it. But so we started with buffalo, hippo, blue wildebeest, waterbuck and yala at Gari Dam, and humans, because I was just sitting on the deck having a look around. So they were 6 in the first few minutes, and then we had impala,
vivid monkey, African wild dog, tree squirrel, and dwarf mongoose.
African wild dog, tree squirrel, and dwarf mongoose. The wild dogs you won't be able to see, unfortunately, because we saw that from the other camera. Now these are the ones in Blue Canyon. You must have a look on the website, huh? Yeah, well, Blue Canyon next to Hoedspruit. Yeah, we've got a camera there that relays through Mariepscoop back here, so we control it from here, and we can cut it into our stream, or you can have it look at it separately as well, apart from the game drive. So, and that's been amazing because we've got a night cam on them as well with infrared lights. We didn't. The other guys did. It's only the afternoons that we have the race. Rex and them were driving this morning, and then Patrick. Actually, so I haven't introduced you. This is Neil. This is Patrick and friends, and basically we're only running 2 in the afternoons. And Patrick and Jess have been out here for a month. They've been doing a few things, but mainly they did a slap show where they took controversial issues and discussed them and sort of, yeah, we were the point of discussion recently, just in terms of ethics and how we approach things and so on, and we got a nice clear from them afterwards, but also just, all kinds of issues. I mean, the typical issues of all the different things. Yeah.
Now tell me, have you not heard where they're on Combi?
We saw some tracks heading north on Gowrie, cut line into Buffelshoek. So maybe up towards Rubbing Post Dam or something.
Oh, that is.
Might be worthwhile. I'm going to be doing a lot of Western Gowrie, so if I get anything, I'll give you a shot.
Lovely.
And then when are you still out here till Sunday?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, Monday.
Monday, okay. So we'll see you again tomorrow as well. Yeah.
So, yeah, give us a call, but see if you can find Karula. We haven't seen him.
We saw a few nights ago. I can't remember when they were at Wojtyla, so we haven't seen them again.
I must tell you, that sequence of that buffalo kill.
Yeah.
In the
toilet.
I thought the other day I must go look for it again. Sorry that I haven't. I've got it somewhere. I just don't know where it is. At Bush Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
No, I'm gonna get that to you still.
No, don't worry about it.
No, I definitely will, because I want to, because I know that you said you saw them as well.
What I really want to do, I'm going to building myself a new office. And I want to put it in my office. But so, just when you've got...
In a similar fashion to that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think, I must go find the CD somewhere now. I think I've got it on a CD, because that was all still shot on Belvia back in the day. But, and I think I've got it even in that sequence as that. Otherwise, I'll just give it to you and you can get someone to lay it out for you. I will still find it. I must just dig it out somewhere. See you later.
Good one.
Guys, nice to see you out here again, eh?
Thanks so much.
Yeah. See you at the Rhino sighting maybe if you find one. Alright. Well, I don't know if you could hear that, but that was such a lovely compliment. I think. Depends on where you're sitting, I guess. For us, maybe not so much. They just said, where's the other crew? They were much better looking from yesterday. As I said as well,
I'm saying, good going to see that jigger to slow those guys down.
it's all part of the tactics. Yesterday when I announced it on the game drive radio, just letting the other guys know what's out there. Just didn't want any of the game radio to just drive into a tree. If you're driving along, suddenly see a little 90 Land Rover, which is quite a sexy looking car already. Got 2 girls on it. Could be distracting to some of the guides out here that's been 2 or 3 months in the bush. Alright. 7 to go. No? 6.
Herman must confirm.
Hey?
Herman must confirm. 11 or 10.
I think 111 out was the... Oh, I can't even keep up. The dwarf. Herman, where were we? 11 or 12 even?
Mark. You're on 11.
11.
Where are you? You still at Madam?
Ah, there's a new one.
Means that you're using both hands and one toe.
Ah,
eh?
yes.
Road.
I saw these much earlier and I was hoping to see them today.
Both toes, both feet and one finger. How's that? Nice to have Jason final control there as well. Don't worry, Jess, you won't have to sit on the edge of your chair for much longer. We should sort this little race out before break time. Now this is an animal I think that's recognizable by, I don't think everyone around the world, but a large part of the world, and certainly almost all the Western worlds. There's only a few words in the English language, and I think pretty much any other Western language, that start with the same letter that this starts with.
Peter, can I only take emails or can I also chat?
No, I think for the purpose of the race, Herman chats only, even though the emails might be right. And certainly if there's jokes and chats going on. But for the purpose of record.
A lot of people saying a lot of things. Patricia is saying plain zebra, Calvin is saying virtual zebra, and then we've got Dawn also saying virtual zebra, Denise saying virtual zebra, Jennifer, Patricia, Carol, and Sally is saying zebra.
Fantastic. Lots of zebras, and I'm sure many of them are actually zebras, coming from the northern parts of America. But virtual zebra, thank you, that's the correct one. Or actually plain zebra, I think would be correct as well. I mean, you've got the Hartmans or the mountain zebra, which you don't get here, and you've got the Grevy's zebra in East Africa. But plain zebra, I think that would also have counted, but we also have multiple virtual zebra there. So thank you very much. Actually, what other words start with the letter Z? Patrick, what can you think of? I mean, I was thinking of
Zip.
zip. That's a good one. Zzz for sleeping. Zoo. Zimmerfran. Fram. Isn't that with a Z as well? With a Z? I was thinking of xylophone earlier, but that's with an X as far as I know. You also get a Zorilla, which if we see that tonight, I'll probably have to... Yeah, go...
Mangwa.
Ah! Thank you, Jan. It's actually, I forgot about the Shangaan words. Please keep trying for those. It's actually been phenomenal to see how many people over time have learned the Shangaan names for animals. Mangwa. It's actually a beautiful name. Mangwa sounds, it's a bit like, what's that guy in Herman? While you're watching, I know that Herman is paying attention at the moment. You must watch. I forgot the movie's name. That's terrible. It's one of my favorite movies. Last of the Mohicans, Herman. We've been trying to get him to do so for a while, and he's got it now. He just hasn't watched it. But Mangwa, what was the one guy in Last of the Mohicans? His name was something similar to that. I forgot now. He had a nice name, dude. The bad guy. I think it was the bad guy, but there was one guy whose name was almost Mangwa. Actually quite a nice name, man, for a boy.
Got some really cool feedback coming in. Herman stepped out. I think the nerve-wracking edge to this race has basically made his nerves quiver. Got some awesome feedback. We've got Destiny saying zoo and zoom, and saying debut. And Eddie is asking who was virtual.
Yeah, well actually those are the two first ones we should have thought of, Patrick. Zoo and zoom. Zoom all the time. Break up there on the radio, and zoo and zoom. Virtual was, actually if someone could give me like the correct or some of the information, I know I've asked for it once before and we spoke about it. But if someone could give us maybe like a basic summary of who virtual was. His name pops up often. I'll try and show you virtual starling just now, and there's a variety of animals that has Virtual's name in it, and I always had it that he was a French sort of scientist explorer, which is back in the days, I'm not sure, maybe late 1800s, early 1900s. Obviously, if you had the opportunity to name something like a virtual zebra and a number of bird species, then it must have been quite early, so maybe the 1800s somewhere. But I only know that sort of from somewhere in my memory, so I might be wrong. It'd be nice to know the sort of the time span or the time frame that Virtual lived in, as well as where he was from. Virtual, I think, is French. Let's have a look. There was something interesting here this morning. Just judging by the car tracks, I know that it was somewhere around here, and I'm thinking this is the spot. And yeah, Virtual has just named a whole bunch of animals after himself, or using his own name in it. There's even more.
Also saying Zebu, Zulu Echo Bravo Uniform also starts with a Z, and Zoom, Destiny, and Denise, sorry, is saying
Excuse
zebra.
me. What zebra? I remember the last one, sorry, I sneezed.
Bont zebra.
Bont zebra, yeah, the Afrikaans one, thank you. Afrikaans, Shangaan, and the English name, of course. Okay, we're looking around
Peter
here.
from the UK is saying the boys win. The winning song must be "The Boys Are Back in Town."
Not the boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. Thank you for that one. What we're looking for might well have moved by now. I'm not quite impressed with how the guys found it this morning. It must have been moving and they followed it in here. It also is an animal that's pretty much the same color as the grass this time of the year. And by that I mean the color of the grass this time of year. The animal stays the same color the whole year. So we're not looking for a chameleon. Even though there's some resemblance in the name, funny enough, but we'll talk about that a bit later, if we can find this, of course. Oh, nice little clearing here.
Eden is on chat, William John Birchall. He was British and lived in my neighborhood 50 odd years ago.
Fantastic, thank you, Eden. Birchall, sorry, read the name for me again, please. Birchall John.
Sorry, William John Birchall.
William John Birchall, that's a good name. And he was English. Lived about 150 years ago, so sort of mid-1800s. Yes, the guys were far in this morning, eh?
Kathy is asking, are you looking for a camel?
I'm looking for I'd take a camel if I could find one. I'd be more than happy to. A camel is a mammal.
It counts as points.
Yeah. But I haven't seen any camels around here yet. But certainly the same color, Kathy. I like the way you're thinking. This should actually be a road. Animal footpath. Again, please, just off the branch here. Thank you, Patrick. This should actually be a road. I must speak to Charles and him about it. This is a very popular footpath. I've followed on many. I've had phenomenal sightings in this area as well.
Kumar is saying William Birchall is English, travelled in South Africa 1810 to 1815.
1810 to 1815, Herman, is that correct? 1-5.
Okay, firm.
1810 to 1815. Travelled around in South Africa then, so early 1800s. William John Birchall from England.
So collected over 50,000 specimens, and that's from Laura.
Wow, thanks Laura. Thanks for all the info. Sorry for
Covering over 7,000 kilometers.
Well, you can imagine back in the 1800s they didn't have Land Rovers yet, poor them. So travelling 7,000 kilometers in southern Africa and collecting, 50,000 specimens of creatures. That's quite phenomenal.
And he described his journeys as the travels in the interior of southern Africa.
That's a good way to describe them. Yeah, imagine the stuff he would have seen, spending 5 years travelling in southern Africa 100 years ago, 200 years ago.
On 25th of August on 1815, he sailed from Cape Town with 48 crates of specimens aboard the vessel Kate, calling at St. Helena and arriving back at Fulham on 11 November 1850.
Okay. Back in Fulham with 48 crates of collected creatures. The Western world specimens could learn more about the different things that live in southern Africa's interior. Yeah, imagine that expedition, huh? Well, we might not find what we're looking for.
Patricia's busy looking for a lion.
We're always looking for cats. There's a little thing. Oh, it's going to be difficult to see, but I'm going to go a little bit forward. We need some quick eyes and good eyeing here, but very skittish antelope, second smallest in this area. Once we...
It's going to be hard, eh?
There's a small gap maybe. If you can get roughly where it is, then I'll move once we zoomed in on it. It's disappearing more. Let's try and find another gap, otherwise we'll look for another one. There's a small window through there. Right there. I don't know if you can see something a bit forward.
Yeah, I think I've got it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Let's just see if it pops its head up.
Yes.
Two kinds, you can confuse it with the other one. You get the smallest and the second smallest antelope. We need another ID still. This is the second smallest of the small antelope around here, and they typically like to sort of leap away when we see them. They're also a bit more of a less red color. I was going to say their color, but I want to...
Dawn Calvin and Claire M is saying Grey Daker.
Voila! Le Grey Daker. Dawn Calvin and Claire coming through that one. Nice ID, difficult stuff here. Also tricky camera work into the sun a bit and lots of sticks everywhere. What's that now? 12?
13 out.
13. I get confused. Since we get more than 10 now, you know, like Jess said earlier, you've got to use fingers and toes now, then I don't keep up easily.
Very Hans, Patricia, Madeline, also said, and Angelique, and Carol said Grey Daker.
Oh, fantastic, thank you. Lots more Grey Dakers coming through. The Grey Daker actually in our previous Ranger race had a big role, played a big role. And it was an incredibly difficult ID with signal breakup, and the Daker just flashed through the picture as a running past. I had to get a shot for this so it's got films on. Right. And I think it was Valerie, I could be wrong. I can't remember, but had a brilliant ID in between the signal breakup and a flash. Just saw a little bit of, like literally just a very quick glimpse of it, and I did it in the previous race. And that made all the difference in the end. So it's the quick of the eye, the experience of eye that makes a difference as well. Okay, we're going to head towards Twin Dams.
Pieter, quickly turn around.
Sorry?
What?
400 people behind you.
Hello! Always nice to have lots of people on the busiest game drive vehicle in the world.
Yay.
401. Oh, we didn't get the Shanghai name for the dwarf mongooses we saw earlier. So if someone can send us that name, I'll give it in a minute or so. It's one of my favorite names for animals. It just rolls. Actually, doesn't roll off the tongue. It sort of more jumps off the tongue, but it's a lovely word. Actually, let's quickly count, Herman, and help me if I run out of the memory side of things. But in Shanghai, we started off with Nyare, which is the one word. You can also call them Nyati, Nyari. Then we had Mvubu, the hippo. Then we had, well, I guess Mulungu, if you want. Even though I am African, I don't consider myself Mulungu in the true sense of the word. Then we had Madrai, which is the name for the blue wildebeest. Then we had Piva, which is the waterbuck. Nyala. What is Nyala in Shangaan? I think Nyala in Shangaan is just Nyala. Say again, Herman?
That buffalo.
Yeah, they were the first, the Nyaris. The Nyaris are the Nyatis.
So, yeah.
And Nyala, as far as I know, is just Nyala in Shangaan. Then we had Malas that we had ideas in the Shangaan as well. Then we had Nkau. What did we have after the Nkau? Madach. Then we had the one that I'm waiting for. Tree squirrel was Manchindan. That's the Shangaan name for tree squirrel, Manchindan. And then we'll give it a minute or so more if there is any Shangaan names for the dwarf mongooses coming through. Otherwise, I'll give you the name at Twin Dams up ahead.
Pieter is giving us a bekend dwerg meisond.
Yeah, thank you very much. Dwerg meisond. I just need to drink some Marty quickly.
He is saying Polodwa.
Oh, Lodwa. Lisa, I don't know that one. Oh, Lodwa. I'm not sure if you got that off a Google site, or it might be the Swahili word even. Doesn't sound Shangaan. Or again, it might be that I just know the Fanagalo word and the actual Shangaan name. No, as far as I know the actual Shangaan name.
Says Matikitoro.
Matikitoro. That's what I'm looking for. I love that word. Matikitoro. It sounds a bit like their alarm calls. Look at all those Franklins on the road.
And also said, Jan and Anne both said Matikitoro. What is Angelique?
Oh, Jan and
She's
Angelique
saying
also.
Mongobo.
Mogobo. We're learning some new words today as well. Oh, there's some promising antelope tracks on the road here. That's one of the species we haven't seen yet. We'll have to look around carefully. And then we also had mangwas. What about them for a bit?
Show them a bit, huh?
Yeah, it's going to get a gap
But
here.
you know, if we slave away in the kitchen for the girls' victory feast later tonight.
Oh, fantastic. Sorry, Jess, I think your radio might have been breaking up a little bit. Let me just go a bit forward, Patrick, so we get that nicely seen between those trees. Nice one. Some stalks. Jess, just in case the radio is breaking up, Jess was just saying the girls are slaving away in the kitchen so they can present a nice meal to the victors when we get back tonight. Oh no, it was a victory meal for them. It's very dangerous to let me translate things because I'll just hear them the way I hear them. I can't wait. Jess and Leishan are both excellent cooks. We're going to have some bit of a braai and some food later on, and also Patrick and Jessica are actually leaving tomorrow. I'm hoping, and I'm sure we will see them again in the hopefully not even distant future, but near future. But they off tomorrow, so a bit of a farewell braai tonight as well. It's a lovely image, eh? Looks nice. These woolly neck stalks. I haven't seen stalks for so long. I had to sort of page through my mind there again.
Michael Moss is just saying the politically correct name for the dwarf mongoose would be vertically challenged mongoose.
Nice one, Mike. Yes, we can't call them dwarf mongooses. We have to call them vertically challenged.
Oh, there
Oh, look at that one. We've got two species, but that one is the one I saw the tracks of earlier. Very well camouflaged there, but I think those spectacular spiral horns will give it away quickly. But yeah, Mike was just saying we shouldn't call them dwarf mongooses. We should call them vertically challenged mongooses.
I was just asking what kind of stalks were those?
I think those were woolly neck stalks. As I said, I haven't seen a stalk for so long. And Patrick, don't worry about that head. It's a bit frustrating sometimes. It's done too many drives on too many bumpy roads. Okay, we're going to maybe have another look at this antelope again. I'm sure we've got IDs coming in. Again, remember that you need to be species specific.
Greater kudu.
Good one,
Thank you
Patricia.
very much.
Great to kudu.
We got something in
We
front
might
of
see it
us.
again. Yeah, let's have a look at those in front. There's also the opposite of vertically challenged animals up ahead. I spotted it briefly further back, and I'm sure we can find it again since it is not vertically challenged. It was just in here somewhere.
And Mike also coming in with greater kudu.
Thank you. More coming in with greater kudu. Patricia, Calvin, Mike. I'm sure more coming in with greater kudu. That was actually the species that... There's some buff up ahead. We've seen those before. There's going to be an interesting one. Patrick, just give me a little window. We'll get another view if need be. But
Oh yes.
there, is that good? Can you get it through there? The greater kudu was actually the one that sparked the... Is it disappeared now? Let's go a bit. Let's get a better view. The greater kudu was the one that sparked the original discussion of being species specific. You also get a lesser kudu in East Africa. Can you believe it, huh? We're trying to...
That's something.
Hey,
But we've
man.
had these guys
Let's
already.
have a look at them. This is actually the troop of monkeys I thought we saw earlier. We've got two troops here on Western Gari. The one is the big troop that we every now and again have to chase out of the kitchen. And then this one we're looking at, they're part of a smaller group. They're only about 5 or 6 individuals. A bit more of a wild nomadic group. They're not really nomadic, they live in this area, but they don't have any affiliation with any kitchens. Okay. Let's try and get this other one. Herman, you're going to have to help us again. Where are we now on the count? 14. Alright. Hey, there's a small gap again. Thereabouts. It's a bit like the Wild Earth logo. You've just got an eye.
Yes. Here we are.
You get 3 different species of this.
Dennis is talking about the kudu we saw earlier, saying the Shanghai name is Nongo.
Yes, thank you very much. Was that Jan, Herman?
Hey, fam.
Jan coming through as Nongo. Shanghai name for greater kudu. It's gone a little bit. Maybe we get another view of this one. I'm sure that one
There
already...
we are. He's turned his
There you
head.
go. You get the side profile.
That always helps.
Actually, there's 2 names for this in Shangaan that we use. We use both the Shangaan and the Zulu name on the radio. I should actually call it I should call it radio language, because there's a lot of Fanagalo and Zulu mixed in as well.
Patricia, Calvin, Carol, and Mike, as well as Anne and Claire, saying Southern Giraffe.
Southern Giraffe. Thank you very much. Sure you have all
Linda
those-
is saying leopard.
Say again, Herman.
And Linda is saying leopard.
Well, it sort of has spots. Have a look at these buffalo quickly. Might have a little bit of signal break up here, but hopefully we're good. And okay, buffalo, we saw them right at the beginning. They were in fact our first one.
Adeline, Dawn, Jan, and Lana also coming in with Southern Giraffe.
More coming in with Southern Giraffe, and a big favorite. I think we all love seeing giraffe. They're just so unique looking, so individual. See if we get any of the Shangaan names or the Afrikaans name. It's got quite a nice Afrikaans name as well. This is a group of Daga boys.
Everyone in the vehicle, can I ask you a big favor? Please send in the emails with the answer already in the subject.
Thank you, Herman. Just to relay there again as well, Herman just saying, if you're sending in the names, I know many of you are, but it just makes it much easier because he's got a large volume of emails coming in. If you put the ID of the animal, in other words, K Buffalo for instance, in the subject line, then he doesn't have to open the emails to check them. And also, as I mentioned yesterday, I don't know what the right description of it is, but in the name that comes up with the email, if it isn't your normal name, if it's an abbreviation or letters or numbers or something, if you can just put your personal name as well with the animal name, because then we can read those out easier. And apologies again for so many other names that we don't always get to mention. There are so many coming in, but thank you for taking part.
Mike.
Yebo, yes, Mike.
Sorry, man. Michael Moss is saying Meelkapert. Now joking, Kameelperd.
Meelkaperd.
And Jan is saying Nutwa.
Yeah, Jan, I don't know. No, Jan is from Johannesburg, if I remember correctly, and also spends a lot of time up in Olifants area, I think. Maybe you speak Shangaan, Nutlwa. Also the Zulu for it, Nutlwa Miti, we often use. That's often what they use on the radio, actually, rather than Nutlwa. In Tswana, for instance, it's Tutlwa.
Michelle from Ohio is just saying Cape Buffalo.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. Another Cape Buffalo. We actually started the very opening of the drive with this. I want to just move back a little bit. There was some Franklin calls. I know we've had a few jokes about Franklin calls between us and with Leishan the other day as well, but these were actually alarm calls. Franklins make two distinct calls. The one is the sort of typical Franklin territorial call. So Franklin's making a noise to tell other Franklins where they are, so that they all have their areas. And then you have very or startling, when animals get startled. Thanks, Herman. And that's what I heard in there. Thank you. So yeah, I just want to go have a look. We might have a bit of signal breakup. It might be a bit tricky, but something gave the Franklins a fright. I see the monkeys aren't worried, but they are up in the tree having a look. And we might have another look at that kudu that we saw earlier. Let's go have a little peek around.
Sitting in upstate New York with a list. Wink, wink.
Who was that, Herman? Sorry, you broke up a bit. Were you sitting in upstate New York?
And it's saying, no, Peter, I'm sitting in upstate New York with a Shangaan. Wink, wink.
There's another one. Okay, Jay. I know there's a Jennifer from South Africa. Sorry, I'm a bit get the names mixed up. Upstate New York. I still really want to go to upstate New York, preferably in autumn. That's big kudu male. That's actually the one we saw earlier. There's another one in here. I can't see him now, but I saw him moving into the bush. Looks like two, maybe more bachelor or big males around here.
Seems to be looking at something there.
He is looking, huh? Well, let's look around a bit more ourselves. If there is something moving around here that's predator, then we will either hear the monkeys or the kudus or the giraffe or one of the different mammals here will give us a direction on it.
Okay, we're on 15 at the moment, and fiction audio Z.
I'm going to get a little breakup. I just want to quickly jump out the car and have a look up area above here. Everyone is picture holding.
Hey, sound.
Okay, I'm going to just jump out quickly for a minute. As I said, I just want to get up onto, there's a bit of an open, almost like a floodplain up here. And what we were looking for earlier might have moved through this direction. Just a chance. I just want to peek in there. Giraffe was coming to having a closer look at us there. I didn't see anything up there. I mean, I love going. This is one of my favorite little footpaths, this area up there, but nothing moving there. So I guess we'll move on and maybe come back into this area again a little later and see if the monkeys haven't seen anything. I'll just drive back for a little bit. I did say I'll drive back with the drive, but I think I would have a serious neck ache after that.
The audio picture is breaking up a bit. I'm still live with audio picture on you.
Look at him. Looks like a pole with a head on it. What a nice looking male. Not the biggest male I've seen, but he's sort of in the early part of his prime. Over the next year or two he'll put a bit more muscle on. He looks in good shape. Alright. I'm sorry, you said we're on 15, huh?
Yeah, boy.
What I would like to do is find one more mammal, take us to 16, and then make number 17 a leopard if we could. What?
Just saying it's coming on autumn now, Pieter. You must come to visit.
We were talking with Kay last night at dinner. Kay left this morning heading back home via Amsterdam. But saying that definitely still want to go and do a few months road trip in America and just go travel around and look around. I love America. I've spent well over 8 months traveling there. I want to do more of it, but also come and visit many of you. But Jan, yes. I don't think it'll be this autumn, unfortunately. But as soon as we can afford to get abroad a little bit, it'll be one of the countries I certainly will come visit, and come visit many of you if possible as well.
You're gone, huh?
Yeah, there's one in there. The rest have all moved into the... No.
You have been hunting mammals for 1 hour, 40 minutes.
Well, I guess it's about time we stretch our legs.
Just means 1 hour, 20 minutes.
Okay. 1 hour, 20 minutes. We've still got a bit more time. We've got 10 minutes to go. Maybe we can still wrap this whole race up before break time. Bit of luck, we had a very good run just there. I mean, we had like a bunch of mammals together.
There was three of them there. Two.
Yeah, 3 new ones. And if we can, that'll just be, because we can, I guess. My tongue back in my cheek. But the race by no means will be over. Then the race will take a whole new direction in leopard hunting. We're going to find a leopard. I'd really, really like to find a leopard this afternoon for all of us. But Patrick hasn't seen one. It must be frustrating, Patrick. A number of times the leopards have been around where you're staying. I mean, you can see the vehicles moving and you knew the leopards were there, but it's not such a way as to see them.
Yeah, and it's not the best way to see them. We could hear the banter on the radio.
Yeah.
So we definitely knew what it was all about. But not being able to get there was quite frustrating, yeah. And the same goes for the lions.
Leopard notwithstanding, this always will call for a rematch.
Now we can have an arm wrestling competition afterwards.
make the next rematch more challenging, do it perhaps at night.
Yeah, that'll actually be a nice one. The pace of it will be a bit different. It's nice to have the fast pace to it.
But it could also
Have a
result
species
in-
count at night. Yeah, that's actually quite cool. A night race. Yes.
Sorry, man. Don't want to interrupt you. Sorry. Cynthia was just talking about traveling to the States. She said you could travel the entire country and never pay for a hotel room. Travel via hostel.
Definitely, Cynthia. And actually, a lot of my traveling I've done. Actually, most of my traveling I always did on my own. And one of the things I always enjoyed is being able to. If you travel by yourself, it's easier to stay with people. It's not imposing as much. And certainly, if I was traveling with Leishan, seeing as all of you know her as well, I wouldn't ever feel like I'm imposing visiting, but it's just nice. I love visiting people rather than just staying as a tourist. I mean, there's certain aspects to being a tourist that's nice, but you're staying with people that know their town, that know their city, that know their national parks, that have lived there. You just have such a much richer and deeper insight into the area. And definitely, I'm not even joking when I'm saying this, it's something that in the next couple of years, as soon as it's more possible, I'll do a trip in America, Leishan and I. I'll hire a nice Jeep or something and just drive around the country, go see some of the national parks, but visit and stay with and meet lots of people along the way. I enjoy people. And as we discussed on many previous occasions, most recently with Kay, everyone that I've ever met from Wild Earth, as soon as we saw each other in person, there was immediately a feeling or a sense of knowing each other already. So certainly be something that will be a lot of
Linda
fun.
and Sylvie has a little request asking if they could please see Pat's face, if you could quickly swing the camera around.
Let's show you Patrick. We should have showed him earlier. That's Patrick.
Hey, face.
Patrick doesn't like being in front of the camera that much, although he's also...
look what we've got here.
Wow, look at
what
that.
a surprise.
Look at that. And look at how beautiful it looks as well, eh? Nice. Beautiful with all that green algae in the foreground.
Very nice.
Fantastic. Having a nice, lazy afternoon nap in the water. And what a fantastic animal to bring up the draw as well. Oh, he looks so blissfully relaxed there.
In this heat that
Rustig.
really don't move around much.
No, especially when he's got a nice cool waterhole to lie in. Let's see who gets the first one in. So this is what Neil and them were looking for earlier when we were driving past them. So they'll be happy to know.
Patricia, Calvin, Leela are saying white rhinoceros or white rhino.
White rhinoceros, white rhino, fantastic.
Also, Dave Hill is also saying white rhino.
Dave, nice to hear from you. Dave was also playing along yesterday. Also, like Patricia and many of you that have been coming on drives for many, it's actually nice to be able to say years now. Sometimes can't imagine it myself. Nkombi, very good. That's the radio name or the Shangaan name. Let's see if we can get the Afrikaans one for this one. Very happy, very relaxed. A white rhino. Let me just let the game guys know quickly. Neil, you copy?
Yeah.
Neil, we've got one Nkombi, all stations, one Nkombi, Treehouse Dam, Lalapanzi in the Marti.
Right, and damn, thanks for that.
Copy. So you broke up there a bit. Where are you now?
It's Big Dam.
Okay, Joe, we're not going to be here for too long probably, but it looks like it's sleeping, so I'm sure it'll be here for a while.
Yeah, great. We've just got one at Big Dam.
Okay, cool. Enjoy. Let's go around to the other side. Have another look at him from the different angle.
Chop. Carolyn is saying, how much handicap to the lady is getting for not being professional trackers. Should that not be a point or two?
Carol's saying that, or Carolyn? Carolyn's saying that the girls should have had a handicap because they're not professional trackers. But then we should have a handicap because we're not beautiful like they are. So I think we're about even. I must say we've had a very lucky run so far this afternoon. I think because it's been quite a hot day, the woodhulls have all been quite productive. I mean, we had a number of species at Twin Dams. This fantastic one here. Look at that. Doesn't that just look like a happy rhino?
Angelique is saying Veterinoster.
Thank you very much, Angelique. Veterinoster. It's white rhino translated. That's the Afrikaans name.
Claire M and Michael is also coming in with Veterinoster.
More Afrikaans one, Claire and Michael. This specific Veterinoster is the bull we know as Shorthorn. You see his second horn has got that sort of slightly blunt horn. But he looks happy and relaxed, huh? You can see the second horn has got the sort of, the tip is a bit shorter, and also the front horn looks like it must have been broken at some stage. It actually looks more so than usual, but maybe it's just the angle of the light really sort of emphasizing the shape of it. That's the perfect mud as well. Twin Dams is a very popular place for wallowing. Treehouse Dam where we're sitting, it's got this one specific end. The animals don't wallow at any of the other parts. There's more just this western tip or the western inlet that's got nice, sort of the kind of mud animals enjoy. And we've seen many times before rhinos enjoying wallowing and rolling in it. In this case, just having a nice Saturday afternoon nap in it.
Perfect place to be on such a hot day.
Yeah, it's even got shade as well. It's got the mud and a bit of shade there. Oh yeah. The word prehistoric always comes up, and it's because they do look like they're from a different time, different era. Let's move on slowly. We'll come back past her again. I want to check Treehouse Dam again later on. Maybe we'll still find this guy here. I think he'll probably be sleeping another 20 minutes or half an hour easily. The sun's still hot, huh? It's summer. Hyena tracks. One little guy and girl that live around this area that I'm trying to see. Either here on Philemon's cut line.
guys have been busy hunting for an hour and a half now.
Yes. I'll just stretch our legs a little bit. This is coincidentally exactly the same place Jessica and Leishan stopped yesterday for their mid-drive break. We're on here Shabam and Philemon's Cutline Junction. And I think since we're at the same place and we're also at a draw, we'll stretch our legs now, and then when we come back to the drive, we'll go look around and see if we can clinch it. Might even spot something from here, who knows. But in the meantime, we're just going to take a little break. Patrick will jump off as well, stretch his legs a bit. Enjoy the waterhole. Hopefully there's some activity at the Wild Dog Den, and we'll see you back here shortly to continue and sort out this race, and hopefully find the leopard as well. That's also a big part of the plan. See you just now.
Hello everyone, this is Herman in Final Control, and what an exciting day and drive it's been so far. For those of you who are just joining us, we are busy with our Rangers race. Yesterday Jessica and Leishan were on the vehicle and they found a total of 16 mammals. They spotted them and they were identified by our viewers via email. And at the moment the guys are taking a break and they are also on 16. So for this drive, we've been seeing the following mammals: hippo, human Cape buffalo, blue wildebeest, waterbuck, nyala, impala, vivid monkey, African wild dogs, which we saw on our other camera, tree squirrel, dwarf mongoose, Birchall zebra, grey duiker, greater kudu, giraffe and white rhino. And as you can hear, the guys are quite amped to also try and spot a leopard today. So please join us in about 10 minutes time when we'll be going live on the Jigga once again, looking for a leopard or at least for one more mammal. But for now, let's keep an eye on Gari Waterhole. The sun is getting low and it's a beautiful day here at Djuma Game Reserve. I'll be back with you guys in about 10 minutes time.
555.
4, 3.
Welcome back. I must have had a nice little break here. Over the not to go on about the years, but over a lot of time on this area, I've got a lot of favorite little places just to stop and stretch our legs. I've always loved this place. It's just a nice spot. And we're going to head south, look around a bit. I want to get towards Quarantine, Rebecca's Road, just look around. There's been no indications or tracks or anything to point where Karula might be, but I just want to check the sort of places that we might find her. So maybe a bit of intuition or luck can help us find leopard. As far as the race goes, we're neck and neck at the moment. 16. Patrick, what do you think? I mean, that was the controversial count of the wildebeest yesterday. Now, we've had many discussions around this, and this is again, I'm not the rule maker, but shall we, from the boys, in gracious manners, offer that point to the girls? So they're 17.
I think, yeah, let's rise up to the challenge. I mean, it's always good.
All right. So we'll do that. Let us know what you think. Maybe if we can get let's say a bunch of emails just to back us up in case the rule makers come back and say, you guys didn't play right. Then we'll say, no, but democracy rules. Lots of people in the vehicle agreed. I'm happy enough for the girls to get Yes?
Sorry, Pieter, I want to reclaim my blue wildebeest. And it means that you guys, when you're only setting the stage for a hectic rematch, brother.
I think we can certainly have the blue wildebeest reclaimed. Since we do get two species, blue and black wildebeest. Ah, look at that view. Don't go away! Now, we saw these ones earlier already. It's just a fantastic setting. Unfortunately, quite a few of them climbed down. There must have been about 5 or 6 right on top of each other. Matiki toros, dwarf mongooses. But we only saw those earlier. We only saw at a distance. And these ones are just having a last little bit of a sun bath. Late afternoon and grooming. Very, very social animals, dwarf mongooses. They spend a lot of time grooming each other and socializing close proximity to each other as well. They would have been foraging the whole day, looking for whatever they eat. Lots of little small things, small insects, and a lot of vertebrae as well, actually, small vertebrates, so things like lizards and skinks and so on.
Leela and Patricia are saying the girls definitely deserve the wildebeest.
All right. If we get more people backing it, Leela and Patricia saying they think the girls should get the wildebeest. Let's say, just to really give this, because I mean, this specific debate in the previous race, there was one quite similar to it. Not about the bats, there was one about one of the other mammals, where it was about the same sort of grey area that we're in now, and it was ruled against. But I think, let's say if we had 50 emails. No, let's not make it 50, that's too much. Let's make it 30. I'm sure we could actually get 50.
Ace, dude, I have to read them.
Yeah, Herman has to count them. Just put there, your heading just has to be girls, blue wildebeest. If we can get 30 of those, I think then democracy has spoken, and it certainly is a point given to them. If we get 50, then there can't even be a debate about it. That will mean we're still one behind to draw, 2 to win. I know the girls had all the support yesterday of everyone in the vehicle, so I'm sure to get 30 to 50 parlors in the bush there. To get 30 to 50 emails.
7 goals for the blue wildebeest.
7 goals, blue bulls. Blue wildebeest.
I don't like racing. No. Oh no. I love it.
Jessica should really go into like the performing arts. Fame! Is that Fame was what? That was dealing with Juilliard, eh? That was the setting for it. And that Val Kilmer was the youngest person ever to be allowed into Juilliard.
Run 18 for the girls getting the blue wildebeest, and Western Province has 0 and the blue bulls have 6.
Blue Bull 6, Western Province 0. That's if you're a rugby follower in South Africa. Girls Blue Wildebeest 18 and counting. That would earn them an extra point.
On 25.
25. It would be nice if we could reach 50.
Have the
Eh?
questionable animal there.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Just in case, if you don't know what animal we're talking about. The scenario yesterday, these were spotted after sunset actually. It was already very strong dusk. And in all the excitement, the word wildebeest popped out. And that would be the, let's call it the colloquial name. Typically if people refer to wildebeest, this is what they're talking about. But you do actually get two species. The blue wildebeest, which is the one we're looking at now. And actually interesting marking there as well. Look at what he's doing. That's a dominant male, or behavior of a dominant male. He's scent marking there. You also get another species of wildebeest.
They're saying rules are rules, but we have 38 emails in saying blue wildebeest is good for the gold.
I agree that rules are rules, but as I've said many times before, one of the things I love about rules is that it gives you sort of place to stretch around it. You know, you can sort of just see, you know, a shirt's a shirt, but you can move your arms in it.
41.
41. Let's see. If it's 50, then there's no doubt about it. I'll happily give that to the girls.
$43.
43. 7 to go. 45.
Somebody repeat emailing though.
Hey?
Or they repeat emailing.
Yeah, different email addresses.
May I just say that you are most gracious adversaries, and that I think that the voters on behalf of the girls team rock.
Definitely. It's nice to back the girls. We're also getting closer to sunset now, so there's a variety of animals that we can hope to maybe see that you don't necessarily see in daytime, especially in more little nocturnal things. 46. 4 more. There are things like white-tailed mongoose and bush babies and so on that we can look forward to for the dark time, but also very exciting and always very nice time in the bush, crepuscular time around sunset. Lots of activity normally. Still hoping for a leopard.
Saying we were just looking at a very skinny American bison.
He's a little bit actually. I think in fact a blue wildebeest does have more of a bison shape than a buffalo does.
Men's we're on 50.
And we have 50 votes for the girls. So that means we're one behind again.
Got some work to do again.
Thanks to all the viewers' support, gentlemen. You have another member to find to equalize and one more to win.
Well, it's 2 to win, 1 to equalize.
1 to equalize, 2 to win, 3 to have a chuckle, and 4 to strut around. 4 would be 20. That would be a good total. Birds going on about. Noisy birds. Bothering them. Something small.
There's also 100 catters. So Sally is saying no doubles here.
No what?
No doubles here, Peter.
No doubles here. Nice to know the chat rooms are so busy yesterday.
No double votes per course, that's what you mean.
Oh yeah, no, we were just kidding, we know that. One of the things, sportsmanship is always a good thing, especially amongst friends. There's a very specific animal species I'd still like to find. The one I'd really like to find is the one that the very first ranger race was the first animal we started with. Yet I have not seen one today. They are quite small, so we have to look around carefully.
Fisher Mulligan is saying Pieter and Pat may have to share that leaf for dinner.
Consolation leaf. Nice sunset is developing there. Let's give you some of these wild dagga plants to play with.
That's really, really stunning. Beautiful.
Let's get that one right in there. It's going to be a bit of a quick sunset tonight. We'll have a look for it again. A couple of nice views. I love these. Always a nice view to have in front. And what I mean with a quick sunset... Oh, there's a good one. What I mean with a quick sunset is there's no clouds or anything high up that's going to catch and reflect the rays later on. So it's probably going to sort of be a sudden sunset. But we'll have a look at what we can put against it. There's a good view. Right.
Denise from Switzerland is saying she's baking blueberry muffins. Does anyone want some?
Herman, sorry, I'm just missing the first part of your word. Who's baking those blueberry muffins? And I would certainly want more than one. I love blueberry muffins. Denise.
Switzerland.
Denise from Switzerland. Yeah, I'd love some blueberry muffins. I love it. It's actually my favorite muffins. And in Switzerland, I also wouldn't mind a bit of the chocolate that you guys have there. This is good stuff. Right, let's take Zoe's road. There's a lion track, but I think that's from a night or two ago. Not super fresh.
More of what we pre-ID'd.
Hey! Very strange things, Dagga boys. They're old bulls. They stand around and eat grass and go to the waterhole and do their thing. How's it, guys? A little bit more just for that branch. Patrick, you were talking earlier about bugs and things in summer. Certainly in summertime, when you drive past a few buffalo like this and you're close to them, you get a whole swarm of those biting flies. I see a few of them flying now, but quite soon there'll be tons of them again.
They can get quite pesty as well.
Very pesty. Yeah, I think the buffalo also sometimes get tired of them. A beautiful background there as well, all the way looking down towards the lowest point there is where the Milwaukee riverbed sort of meanders through. Let's roll. The mammals to find. Okay, this could be an interesting one, all the way through the twigs. And then do like a continuous focus pull through it. Sometimes you get little bit different twigs popping out, but this area in a month from now, not even that long maybe, will be very, very thick. There's lots of Transvaal silver cluster leaf. It's very dense. For those of you that have only joined us in the last few days or weeks or even the last few months, the bush looks totally different in summertime here. It gets very lush, very green, thick grass, lush bush. From a game viewing point of view, especially spotting and finding things, this is definitely the busiest time of year. You can spot things. Even there you can see something walking or lying in the grass, but come summertime something could be a few yards off the road and you can't see it. There was another potentially nice sunset view. Delayed reaction. The foreground will mess with us, but how's that with the Termite Mound? That's the classic Termite Mound shape, sort of upside down cone, or ice cream cone. You can see the sun busy setting fast there now towards the west. Means it's getting dark soon. Do measure time by its passage of the sun.
Another hour.
1 hour. Look carefully here. Those little ones I'm looking for. There's another pair that lives here somewhere.
Lots of excavations around this area.
Yeah.
Everything is hiding from us, eh?
All disappeared for the
Helping
last
the
hour.
girls, yeah. Even the animals are helping the girls.
I have to start speaking animal again.
On the road to nowhere.
come back a little bit later. I'm going to check the den, but I see there's a vehicle going in there. South Station's radio is down for a bit. Any updates for Western Gary?
Pieter?
Yeah, go.
I just want to find out that coffee is found out there. They're saying it's Lalapan or is it mobile?
No, when I left he was Lalapanzi and he looked like he was going to stay for a while just in that on the sort of western inlet side of the mountain.
Okay, so thank you. You know, it's actually Mike Williamson is saying good luck guys. Hopefully you can pull the cat out of the bag.
And I don't know, I see there's a Mova just pulling in there. I'm not going to go in there now, I'll go a little bit later. Looks like a green cruiser, maybe Johnny.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah, pulling the cat out of the bag certainly would be fantastic if you could do it in
What?
more than one level.
There's something on the top of that tree there.
Whereabouts?
Yeah, that tree.
Oh yeah.
Precisely.
Let's try and get it. Yeah, let's try and get you. There's a gap.
Oops.
It's quite far away, but it looks like, from the shape of it, I would say probably a brown snake eagle. Yeah, no, they're sitting sideways. You can see the square head. Nice pink sky behind.
Cool.
Good spotting.
Let's go find our cat.
Yeah, just ask the eagle if there's anything around. I've always imagined. I mean, imagine how cool it would be if you could have like a whatever raptor. I think if I could really choose, I wouldn't mind a black eagle. They're a bit big, but even a smaller one. African hawk eagle is one of my favorites. Oh, let's just look at that sun. A nice big ball of orange and red now. Just there's a gap.
Roman from Michigan is raising a very interesting point. She's saying, seeing as Jess drove yesterday, shouldn't Pat be driving today?
That's what Nick could.
That's a good point. Not sure if Patrick would have been happy being in front of the camera for 3 hours.
Nice colours.
Beautiful, yeah. That's the sunset. As I said, there's no clouds really tonight, so there's not much in the way of colour higher up and more up into the sky, but nonetheless, wintertime there's lots of dust and smoke in the air, and therefore you get these beautiful colours even on a perfectly clear day like today. That's the sunset. That gives us about what, Herman? About 40 minutes or something left. What was that? More hyena tracks.
What you got for you? Is it hard?
We're just chilling, having a nice drive.
Enjoying the fresh air.
Although we haven't seen anything for what 40 minutes or something, or anything new. That's the tricky thing if you get so many things so fast. We've seen almost all of them. This is where the girls yesterday had that brilliant spot of the leopard. It was only a fleeting glimpse. Managed to get it on the camera and get an ID.
Heading west, throughout Sept. Okay, we're going to meet you through the $10. I can come down to,
Guys, you guys have been so rocking. I am wishing you a leopard.
Air temperature is nice and comfortable.
No, this is like it's indulgent, I think. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it's just, it feels really nice. Perfect temperature, perfect texture even to the air. The sun has just set in this very magic part of the day.
there's 459 people behind you.
All looking around. Well, we need 2 more to win, and I've got, funny enough, 2 specific animals in mind. Neither of them the easiest to find, but also not the hardest to find. It's not like it's pangolin and porcupine. Then I might be stressing quite a bit.
Or say the little black-footed cat.
Yeah. Any of the extremely rare ones.
When you hear the signal, on your left saying word, you will have approximately 45 minutes remaining. Beep!
Wanneer jy die sein hoor,
Where are you now?
45 minutes to go. Also enjoyed all the Shanghai names. It's very cool to see how many people from other parts of the world have actually learnt names for animals in a totally different language. There's no resemblance at all between any Western language and Shanghai. Ha! This was one of the 2 animals I had in mind, and I've never seen one on a termite mound before in my life. Literally never. Not sure if we're going to show that we can get it through there on that termite mound, just to the right of the middle. Difficult to get it there. There you can see it. Look at that. Yeah. It's only because it's standing higher up that I could see a little bit of that white under the belly. And see it? Smallest antelope we get around here. And one of the two I had in mind. And that brings us on to the draw of 17. And now I'd be very happy if we could find for number 18 the leopard we've been looking for the whole afternoon for Patrick and for all of us.
The viewers, yeah.
For all of us, but it's always nice if there's a individual to try and find something for as well. This one, first time I've ever seen one of these in a termite mound. I'm thinking back hard, but I really haven't. It's a bit odd even. I was wondering if it was trying to see better or look better at something. Let's just have a peek forward, see if it maybe was looking at something. Sure, we'll get the right ID from that, even though it's a little bit of a difficult one, light-wise and position-wise, but at the moment the answer is travelling
In cyberspace.
through cyberspace to us. Why are you up in the termite one? That's actually quite a...
No emails so far.
You're joking.
Internet's down. It's just... won't work with the camera. The camera's from my angle a bit lower down. I could see it from here as well. I was wondering what it was looking at.
That last mammal was a bit out of focus. I don't think people saw it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. We'll find another one.
You may go.
I'm watching you. I'm talking to Herman there, sorry. A bit like the other day, and I threw a ball of elephant dung at Herman, and I realized maybe people think I'm throwing elephant dung at them. Herman's a very good friend. We can do things like throw elephant dung at each other.
She's got a gazillion emails in saying Steenbok.
Ah, yeah.
Good one, good ID. It wasn't the easiest one. I think that was my favorite spot of the day as well. My second favorite spot of the day. My favorite one is still coming along.
And Pat was the first person to say it was a Steenbok.
That first email to arrive was Steenbok. And lots of them coming in. Steenbok, as I said, the smallest antelope we get in this area. One day if we drive in other parts of the world, Namibia maybe, excuse me, I'll still show you Damara Dik Dik. No, go Herman.
Madeline is also saying short-legged tufted haggis.
Short-legged tufted haggis.
Also a jackalope.
A jackalope. See, sense of humor is always a good thing to have. What's that, Herman? Sorry, the last one?
Jackalope from Connie.
Jackalope. Now what we want to find is a lazy horse. Let's see who can translate that word. If you were to translate the Afrikaans name, it would be a lazy horse.
Alan Mook says the Shanghai name is X-ray Igloo Papa Echo November Echo.
Just pronounce that for me, Herman.
Pieter.
Chipene. Yeah, that's a very good one actually. Say again the name, Herman. Sorry, I was thinking two different things there. Who sent
Shall I
it
spell
in?
it to you again, or?
No, I got the name. Who sent it?
That's from Caroline Mook, and the name is Clipene.
Chipene, yeah. Caroline, very nice Shanghai name there for it. It's a difficult sound that to pronounce, XI. It's pronounced Chipene. I mean, it's almost impossible to get it over the microphone for you, but it's like shh, but you pronounce it at the back more in your mouth. Chipene. Another buffalo. Looks like we also had a drink down at Treehouse Dam. And we're going to have a last little bit of feeding before the night comes. A couple of duggar boys, I can see one or two further back. And this is of course something this time of year, the end of the dry season, always and often get buffalo bulls, these duggar boys around the waterholes. There's another one coming through as well. Chipene. Nyati. Buffalo. Nyari. Coming up on Treehouse Dam again. I'm quite curious to see if the rhino has left yet. Maybe with the buffalo around he might have. Looks like he's moved.
Got a question or email in from Denise. Sorry, my voice is very loud.
Hey, how's that, Herman? Is it better?
Leopard Ingwe.
Leopard
Oh.
Ingwe. Yes. The lazy horse. Actually, I wonder where the Afrikaans name came from. Maybe from the English. Leopard. Just a direct sort of phonetical translation. I want to go past Twin Dams again. Earlier we had lots of animals there, but also we had those Franklin's alarm calling, and see if there's not maybe something that has popped out. So I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve.
Always like tricks.
Yeah, backup plans.
Girls had a few tricks up their sleeves yesterday.
Rhino tracks. Thank you. Way! Here's the big guy again. Let's just go a bit forward. It's the same one we had earlier sleeping in the mud. You can still see he's dark and shiny from the mud. Let's just watch him for a little bit. He's going to come out behind that bush any second. Andrew. Station, we got that in Kombi again from Trias Dam earlier on Weaver's Nest. Okay, sharp and forward.
What?
Another vehicle behind us, and we can let them enjoy this view. Station's pulling out, leaving one mover from Bush Lodge. I think it's marked and unlocked. So they can enjoy that nice view of the Rhino. Leading to Twin Dams.
Minutes left.
35 minutes. Thanks, Herman.
So the sun is setting. Be a tie, or are you going to pick the girls at the post?
Even if it's a scrub hair.
What did you say about it tied to the post or what?
Got one of those tall ones again.
Be a tie? Delete the hair.
Never. If the sun hasn't set and it wasn't so dark, you'd be able to see no worry in my eyes. But time is time. Let's see. Let's have a look at Twin Dams. A lot of bird activity. The birds all seem relaxed, so they haven't seen anything threatening. Love reflections on water. Look at that last bit of, look at the sky reflecting on the water. Also, Twin Dams getting a little bit emptier now, really. Actually held much longer than I thought it would. I thought it would have dried up by now, but it's kept the water in, but very popular wallowing place now as well. Lots of elephant and buffalo dung around. This is where we saw Saseka the other night with Jess's first drive. Beautiful sighting.
106 chat.
106 people in chat. Busy place. Lots of chatting going on.
And 8 now.
8.
108.
108.
There we got something.
Hey, a little Dacre bouncing away. I don't know if we're going to see it, unfortunately. It's doing what Dacres do best. Disappearing.
At a fast rate.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
1 times Dacre gone. Alright. About half an hour to go. We have to find one more mammal that we haven't found. And that sounds easy enough, I guess, because it's only one mammal. Keep in mind that we have found 17 so far, so it doesn't leave that many left. The ones I'm hoping for are the nocturnal ones. I'm sure there's some ideas, some suggestions maybe even of where to go. I've got a plan towards the end of it. It's a bit of a gamble. So I prefer to tie it down to something else before, but if not, I have a plan at the end.
Your future's so bright, you just gotta wear shades.
How many songs do you know, Jess? Patrick, how many songs? How many songs, or how many sort of parts of songs have you heard Jess sing, Patrick?
Hundreds, literally hundreds.
Hundreds and hundreds. 12 to 100.
Who needs an iPod if you got
Yeah.
a Jess?
You got the music with you wherever you go, gentlemen.
The music is in your heart. The iPod just helps to bring it forward.
Oh, keep that to your seat, mate.
I was thinking more of the stuff you put on top of a pizza. I love a bit of cheese. I've learned over time that it works well. But it's true.
And the sun hits you like a big piece of pie in the morning.
That's a good one. I like that one. Actually quite cool. I just so happened to check. Sorry, many of you will think it's bizarre. I think Patrick saw that. It's over time when you look at different pictures a lot. I mean, with stills and film, you start noticing different things that make the composition interesting. And I just happened to point in such a way that my finger was in the lights. And anyway, silly thing. The things that amuse you if you spend excessive times in the bush.
Miriam is asking, where have all the Ellies gone?
Where have all the Ellies gone?
I think we've asked the same question.
Yeah. All the animals for that matter. We had good Ellies earlier. Oh, we haven't had Ellies yet, huh?
No.
Man, I should have stopped for that herd we drove past a bit earlier. I thought we'd seen them already, so I just went straight past.
Oh, I wonder if the viewers saw that.
Well, I've got some other things with big ears in mind. They're much smaller, but they come out around this time of the day. In fact, there's a couple of them that tend to live up in this area up ahead. I'm hoping we might get lucky. If not, there's other things with massive eyes that I'm also hoping for. And then there's other things with massive teeth so that they can bite through bones better, my child. I'm also hoping for those. And we've got a few plans. It's just a matter of seeing which of those pop out at us. And of course we're still looking for and hoping for a lazy horse, a leopard.
pushing down on you, pushing down on you.
Under pressure.
Pieter, whatever you say, mate, you can sing and whistle with the best of them.
No, I have often wished, or not wished, but thought about. And this won't make sense to many of you because of certainly the perception and the pleasure of being on game drive. But if I ever had my own just private vehicle that every now and again I just go drive around, I'd have a little bit of a sound system in there just for the quiet time. Sometimes certain songs can really add into the mood, as we can certainly hear on this drive so far, and with Jess yesterday giving us a fantastic performance on the ladies drive.
On that note, Pieter, I must tell you what one of my favourite songs is for being in the bush. I hear you, mate, and I told you we do the same, is Bob Marley's Natural Mystic.
I'm a big Bob Marley fan in general. I'm going to give it a bit of a go, Jess. I've got the radio up a little bit.
There's a natural mystic flowing through the air. If you listen carefully now, you will hear.
That's good. Certainly fits in as well. It's a natural mystic in the air.
This is saying, go, go, go.
This is what I'm looking for. Ha! And I think this one could hear you singing, Jess. They've got excellent hearing with ears that size. This was the first animal I ever saw on infrared cameras. This specific one. Unless it got changed in the meantime, but it was almost the same place. It was about 10 meters from there, and it was the first time we went out in infrared cameras. Unless it was the baboons, but I'm pretty sure it was actually this one. It was eating a blade of grass.
Friends, Romans and countrymen, scrub here from Patricia Mulligan.
Patricia coming in first. Patricia's got very fast fingers. Yesterday's ride as well. A scrub here.
I believe that makes us the victors.
I believe it does. The inevitable has arrived.
And it was a scrub hair that did it.
And there was a little bunny rabbit that sorted it out in the end.
You are the champion, my friend. But the girls will go on fighting till the end.
Nice one, Jess. Nice race, ladies.
Congratulations to
the team. Oh, congratulations to the A team as well, the girls. But the team has won.
Yeah.
And the race would not have been the race if you didn't have such excellent skills and put up some competition.
I must say, towards the end, it was getting a little bit like, hey, considering how far we were at break time. However, we've still got a bit of time left. What's the time there, Herman and Jess?
20 minutes left.
20 minutes left. Wouldn't mind setting a nice big total for other times.
Getting in some emails. Valerie is saying congrats to the guys, well done. And congrats to the ladies too. We had a blast with you all. Thanks for being such great sports. That's from Valerie Berry.
Thank you, Valerie. And it's always a pleasure hearing from you as well, Valerie. She's been a big part of Wild Earth. And certainly, as I've gotten to know you more, I know that sports and sportsmanship, both those two things, something you enjoy a lot as well. So thanks for the congratulations. And as Patrick said, congratulations to the girls as well for ending second. Sounds better than losing. But don't worry, we've got a leaf for you. It's a nice leaf.
I had a good race.
Yeah.
I had a really good race.
And they're prettier.
That's for sure. That's why we date.
That always gives enough bonus points that we know where the bread's buttered. But there's still a few things I want to try and find. Tell you what, I still want to try and find, if we can find them. Bush baby, white-tailed mongoose, spotted rhino and leopard. If we could find those 4, then we've got 21. Yeah, great total, but we've only got 20 minutes. See how it goes.
Joyce is saying, girls, you did a wonderful job for your first drive, even though you did not know the course. It was a fun time.
It was a lot of fun. It's always different if you're in the race, this side of it. And yesterday I really enjoyed it from final control and seeing everyone's participation. I think that's a large part of, sorry, I'm a bit of a talking shadow at the moment, I guess, with the dark evening, but it's a large part of the experience is really just seeing how people have fun on the vehicle, how people are playing along and get into it, and there's that sharing again that's very powerful and a lot of fun.
Are you sure the viewers weren't just tuning in to see those beads of perspiration on your forehead as you guys sweated it?
He's sort of saying congratulations to you guys, and great job, girls. It was a fight to the finish.
It sure was.
And like magicians, we pulled the bunny out the hat.
Nice one.
Yeah, all said.
So a message from Patricia saying congratulations to the guys and girls. You make free fun and a great learning experience.
I have to, since we're passing around congratulations, I have to really say congratulations to everyone coming along and the drive as well. There's obviously a very personal aspect to a race like this. And I don't mean that between, the girls and the boys, or me and Patrick, Leishan and Jessica, that as well, but much more so just the playing along. It's a game with rules, and it's not just normal game drive looking for animals, and obviously everyone participating. I'm sure we've had hundreds of emails again calling in and IDing and so on, and that's very nice. I like that aspect of it a lot. Oh no, it's not. I thought it's Neil and them.
Cindy is saying the
Oh,
boys
is it?
won by a hair.
Good, and you guys? Very good. Pardon? Have you seen anything? Well, we had a rider not so long ago. I don't know if you guys want to take Weaver's Nest out. Have you been to the den? You know that? You remember the den that used to be off Zoe's Road from years ago? We're actually going to head there now, so I'll give you a shout if there is activity. But you know Zoe's Road, eh? So if you were to take it from here and you go past that beautiful torchwood tree, and then you sort of get to the T junction, you go left back to the dip, or you go right all the way to Philemon's cut line. As you take it right at that T, maybe 50 meters or so, you turn off to the left. Just look carefully. There's tracks in there now, but it's still flattened grass. But I'm sure if you think back, probably 4 or 5 years ago, they used to den there. Right, you go sort of through a funny dip right at the end, like a tricky dip, and then you're at the spot. So, and they've been active. They've got tiny little ones. Yeah. Cool, eh? Cheers, guys. Have a good afternoon. See you later. Cheers. Cruise camp.
Janice is saying well done, guys. The Shanghai word for that is not on my list.
Okay, that's true. How do you say?
Cindy is saying the boys won by a hair.
Won by a hair. Nice one, Cindy. Keep seeing lion tracks, but they're all tracks from a day and 2 days and 3 days ago. I also enjoyed seeing all the Shanghai names and Afrikaans names this afternoon.
Strong smell of potato bush.
Yeah, makes me feel hungry.
Not that
And we're
I'm
going to
hungry.
feast tonight. Nice big after race meal, as well as also a nice little get together to say cheers to Patrick and Jess for now. food is always good. Okay, Patrick, it's going to jump when I put the lights on it. See this, the next sort of tree to our right here?
Yeah,
it's jumping.
I've just spotted it.
You might actually see it easier if we look at it in a silhouette. There it is. Very long distance there. Yeah, you should be able to make that one out. Yep, it goes very, very quick. Quing! Like a little rubber ball gone. But I'm sure we've got quick and educated eyes helping us out. There's another view maybe. Let's try again. If it's going to stay around. Just in that. One of the other little ones I was looking for. Right in the fork there. Let's see if it does a jump again. Amazing little creatures. Just keep in mind, yesterday this was a slippery one. It's going to be not easy to see it. In this area, not specifically where we are, you don't get both species here, but in Sabi Sands, if you go a bit further south, you get another species of this, so be species specific.
Got David, Patricia, Denise, Holly, and Rick saying, lesser bush baby.
Good job, everyone there. I hope you can hear all the names. Lesser bush baby. You also get a greater bush baby. We don't see them here. You need to go a bit further south towards the bigger rivers and bigger trees. They need thicker bush and well, not thicker bush actually, more larger trees and lots of fruit-bearing trees. Greater bush babies. Fantastic things. They're quite a bit bigger than that. How much time we got left, Amon? About 10 minutes?
Confirm 100%.
10 minutes.
Be down for cruiser. Is there any update?
I haven't heard anything
I was
new,
going
Neil.
to give you the final countdown, but now you can just forget it.
And I said I haven't heard anything new. Yeah, nothing new. Final countdown. The Queen is coming. That's Queen as well, isn't it? Final
No,
countdown.
that was Europe.
Is it?
A band called Europe, yeah. I don't know how many hits they had. I think that was one album.
It's a classic song though. I mean, how many times that's been played?
Dan is asking, what is the record for sightings on a Ranger race?
I don't remember. I think it was 20. It was a bit of a controversial aspect with IDing, but it sort of was left go through under the radar. But I think it was 20, if I remember correctly. Actually, I'm sure many of you can help us on that. What was the count that Mark got on this sort of the second shootout after the tie that we had in the previous Ranger race?
20 or 21?
I think it was 20. I think I got, was it 19? I can't remember. I got 18 and he got 19, or I got 19 and he got 20. I'm sure someone will remind us just now.
I think the bats were the contentious ones there.
No, the bats, that was in the first leg of the lot. Let's get down to a possible last mammal.
Patty is just also saying thank you. The race is rocked. Girls won for the great fun they had, and boys won with numbers. And just remind everyone about 7 o'clock slap show, and after that we will also have prize giving for the winners.
Yeah, that's very true. 7 o'clock tonight's the last slap show for now from Jason and Patrick. Jessica will be starting that at 7 o'clock. Also, just to explain that we are going to give the prize. It'll be a different one than last time, slightly different. There's a bit of a old historic male-female story in it, and that'll be just afterwards. However, we are going to finish the slap show, just in case it's going to seem odd to you, because the slap shows will be available obviously non-live as well, and people might look at them down the line quite often. Jess will actually finish off the slap show and say goodbye, and then after that we'll just continue on with the prize giving, but we're not going to talk about the prize giving as we end off slap. That'll be at 7 o'clock, and then just after 7:30. Oh, look at
there
this.
we are.
Hey.
Bonus points.
A young one.
Gentlemen, you have just broken the world record for Rangers race with a full 20. If we get an email, of course.
If we do. If we don't go and say what this is. Let's get a bit closer. There's quite a few active and out. Say again, Herman.
Said I so almost did.
I know you so almost did. I heard your voice going there. I almost did as well, but I certainly heard your voice teetering on the edge.
David is saying spotted hyena.
Spot on, David. Spotted hyenas.
That's also Dave Hill.
Thank you, Dave. Let's have a look at these guys. I was going to try for 21, but I think let's spend the last part of the drive with the clan. There's at least 5 of them out and about at the moment. Look at those two. The one is lying right in the entrance. I love the sounds they make. There's so many different sounds. Obviously the big whooping calls, the whoop calls they make like that, and they also do a lot of lower grunts and growls that I love about hyenas. There's a teenager there. Sniffing the air there. Hyenas obviously have a fantastic sense of smell. That's how they find and locate a lot of the carcasses they feed on, but they also hunt. People often forget or don't realize that hyenas are also good hunters. They will scavenge when they can, but they will also hunt their own food when they can.
Down for Pieter, can I have an update, please?
I just got to the PC car. It's nice and active. About 5 or 6 of them around.
Peter, what time is best in the morning?
Neil, I actually haven't spent much time with them here in the mornings, but I'm thinking early morning should be quite good. So maybe first thing, head out here tomorrow. You've been to this dinner?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, they seem to be all around here at the moment. So maybe give it a shot first thing.
Peter, come on, Yuan.
Yuan, how's it going?
Fine, and you, Peter?
Very good. I'm glad to talk to you. I haven't actually been able to come up here, obviously, but I'm picking my car up tomorrow, so I've got wheels again from Monday.
Okay, grand, that's fine. Peter, tell me, that PC car, where exactly is it?
To be honest, the one from, I don't know when last it was active, years ago, off Zoe's Road. So if you came from Impala Plains or Zoe's Road from Boitella Access and you go past that big sort of old Torchwood, and you get to the almost like a T-junction where you can go right back towards Gowrie Main and Philemon's Cut Line. From the T-junction you go right maybe 50 meters, and then you'll see the tracks going off to the east or towards the drainage line, and then you go down quite a bit and you sort of go through a bit of a deep dip, and then it's a big termite mound. They used to den here 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh yes, I think I remember that place.
Yeah, no, they've been here for a week or so that we've been seeing them, 2 weeks maybe, and they've got small mumpimbans. We don't see them often, but they have popped out a few times.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Copy that. Yes, you're really welcome for a visit anytime.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah, it'll be either Monday or Tuesday, but one of those 2 days I'll have a vehicle again from tomorrow night.
Okay, great.
Gentlemen, in the closing minutes now, compliment you on your success and for setting the bar so high. I'm feeling a rematch here. What do you guys and the viewers think?
I think when you guys come back, next time, we'll start with the Rangers race, girls and boys.
Yes, definitely. Boys up for a good challenge. The girls were great.
Yeah, they did, They gave a good effort. And the whole feeling of the race, apart from the actual race aspect, just the fun of it, they did a brilliant effort. Gloves were off, but the punches were still gentle and fun. How much time?
Beautifully put.
Say again, sorry, Jess?
Beautifully put, sir. Beautifully put. And have us in the instruction that you have 1 minute left.
1 minute. Let's try and use the last 1 minute. We can leave these Ahinas. This one is sleeping. The young one is cruising around, but there's a nice relaxed feeling here at the den. Let's see. Perhaps just with a bit of luck in the last minute on the way out of the den, we can find something. We also still have to get back to camp for the slap show, so make some tracks.
Ah, there we go, the little mammal.
Hey, what?
Tiny. Oh, I don't even know if I'll get the camera off.
Where is it?
I can't say.
Oh, is it just running around?
Yeah, but it's one of the smaller mammals.
Oh, this would be interesting idea if we could get it. Did it run away, huh?
Yeah.
Got a hole there.
Peter Walden time.
see if anything moves. Ja, Marikkie.
Nee, gaan sy nou een asseblief.
Sorry, net ek net besef ek jy. Kom ons praat een. Annette. It's got a hole there, it's got a hole there. Let it duck for it.
Yeah.
With some kind of a mouse. Annette copy?
Oh wow.
Annette?
Kom by.
Ja, kan nie kry nie. Can I call you back in about 2 minutes?
No problem at all. I just wanted to organize with you for tomorrow, but no worries, we can always do it later as well. It's just give me a call on the radio.
So I'll let you call in 2 minutes. I'm just going to end off the drive now. Is your cell phone working?
Yes, it is, but we have limited signal here, so I'm going to leave it in the office. I'm going down to do dinner now. But leave a message and I can call you back.
Oh, no worries. I'll radio in 2-3 minutes.
Okay.
That would have been
That would have been classic. We would have had some heated IDing as well. But actually with the smaller rodents, there's quite often you can ID them. Basically look at obviously body patterns, some of the striped mice and so on, and then also the tail length. Good spotting, Patrick.
Thought he was wondering if it's maybe a polar bear.
If we did see a polar bear, that would be quite great. I think everyone would be able to ID it, and it would also make a lot of people come have a look at what we saw. I mean, is that time up, or have we got like 30 seconds left or something?
Sally is saying that next race the guys need to go first.
Yep.
We'll set the bar next time.
Yeah, what are you going to say? Long-tailed mouse.
Long-tailed mouse. There could have been a good chance that it was that. The short long-tailed mouse. Jauneer. Let's see if we can put that in the background, the tree. Is that the end of the race, Herman?
A firm.
It is the end. Well, it was it was fun as always. Sorry, quite dusty here suddenly where I've stopped. It was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for joining us. As I said, there's so many aspects to it. Obviously, the count is also interesting. The fact that you can go on a game drive and see 20 mammal species in 3 hours shows you the diversity of mammals in this area, and as much, if not more so, the participation and the playing along and the having fun together in the bush is fantastic. I've always enjoyed doing fun things out in the bush and enjoying it and playing, so to speak, and this is certainly part of it. So thank you very much for all the participation and the emails and the interaction and the laughs and everything like that. So enjoyed it very much. As Patrick said earlier as well, congratulations to the girls for trying, but we know it works. So yeah, I'm going to talk myself into trouble. It was a lot of fun. Keep in mind the slap show is in just under half an hour from now, 7 o'clock. Tess will be talking with you about some interesting things there, and then straight afterwards we'll do the presentation of the trophy for the boy against girls. Was it called the boys against girls, or the? Should have called it the gender race.
The gender race, yeah.
For the boys and girls ranger race. Thank you very much for joining us so far. See you at the slap, and we'll see you afterwards as well for the trophy giving. Bye bye. Thanks for directing, Herman.
Thanks, Herman.